right, welcome back everybody to the Indiana Esports Network. My name is Edu, and here I am joined again with Hot Sauce. Hot Sauce, we got an exciting best of one today, and which two teams are going at it?
Yeah, we got Burris Esports, currently 4-0, looking to keep that undefeated streak alive. Going to be taking on West Dell, who has had a little bit of tough start to their season. They're 1-2, but they're going to be out here hungry for a win. And West Dell actually won the coin flip as well. So we've opted to go to bind, and Burris will start out on defense.
Wow, honestly, a decent map to start us off with here. Obviously, match 23, week 5 out of this esport league coming up from them. So, you know, we see one team a 4-0. You see the other team 2-2. So one team has had a, you know, pretty breezy stroll through the park. The other team fighting for their life right now in a back and forth. So honestly, no idea which is going to take away, as both of them are varsity level teams. Burris, being the undefeated team, might have something to lose here. Losing that undefeated title is definitely something that you don't want to see happen. But as we are jumping immediately into the agent select and bind, I'm going to take this time to ask you guys to check out one of our favorite sponsors, and that's going to be our League OS portal. Do you want to play in esports in college? Now there's a way to search through hundreds of collegiate esports programs to see where they are, what games they play, and maybe if you like Valorant, get in as a team. So just go to portals.leagueos.gg to search, and IEN students can also sign in to manage their own prospect profiles, where all of their stats will automatically be updated. But with that being said, let's update some stats with these team comp agent select. They have locked them in. How are you feeling about these picks?
You know, I love bind and I love raise on bind just because of the cheeky portal plays. They're kind of forgotten at this point. Everybody knows about them, but it still kind of brings back some of those old memories for me. But I like the mix up. I mean, we have a Gecko. Clove, obviously very good with the smokes, able to smoke after death. Vise, we haven't seen a lot in this league, so I'm really, really excited, as well as a Chamber, which we don't really see anymore either, at least in this league. So I'm excited for these compositions, honestly.
Oh yeah, seeing the Chamber getting locked in here definitely showcases, one, this is an older player. Usually a Chamber player at this level is somebody who's been playing for a long time and has kind of just, you know, Chamber is one of those picks that definitely speaks to the older Valorant players, because yeah, he's not where he used to be, but if you played him before, you never really want to let go of that Frenchman. But you look over at the enemy team, and these two Sentinels here, Hot Sauce, are looking a little bit spicy, rocking the Vise and the Sage. Vise here arguably becoming the new Sentinel on maps like Sunset, will now be showcasing on what they can do on bind. But I'm not sure how I feel about this double Sentinel comp when they have, you know, an attack start here.
Yeah, you know, and as an old person who loves sniping, I can say everything you said about Chamber is true. So, but it is good to see him back into the action. We're going to get round one underway. Ducky tucked here with the shorty. Most of the action at the moment lingering outside of hookah, but Ducky just being a little bit impatient at the moment. We'll drop the shorty down below. A lot of noise being made here, but I'm not sure if they were able to hear those audio cues.
Yeah, lots of noise, but at the end of the day, it is going to be a 5-player rush coming out of hookah here. Now, hookah is a zone to be witnessed, as this could be a great angle for that shorty to cut close, but instead they've given up, and now right underneath the window, they jump out, they're going to get jumped on. But looks like they're actually not going to commit to this. Choosing to rotate because of that Viper wall is apparently all the util enough to not want to stick around, and we've even seen some... Oh, they might re-hit? No, they're not going to re-hit. More util dropping from the brimstones, the double smokes, using a lot of their util. And of course, with double smoke, just cut into A, but that's where we see this Chamber.
Chamber waiting patiently here in lamps as well. We can hear the stampede begin to come in. The headhunter has spotted one here, but unfortunately not able to hit this shot there. Still 4 rounds left in the mag as they continue to push on the site. Not quite able to get the plant down just yet as the wingman comes and the run and gun of the headhunter and just kills all across the feed there. Sky, Raze, Brim, all getting a piece of the action. And for as long as it took that round to get going, it sure is, it just ended in a matter of moments.
Yeah, I mean, the funniest thing about that last round, Chamber was aiming at a Sage, and all of a sudden he headshots the Reyna through the box and just kills the Reyna while aiming at a completely different player. So, yeah, looking a little bit strong as a start for that explosive retake. Obviously, Wingman not getting defended by... I would hope that the Sage wall would have been gone up to plant the bomb there. Little things like that is why that just completely collapsed on them for the side here of West L.
And we see Willie appear early with a Marshall as well. When you don't have armor, it just takes one to the body through the wall. Willie with a nice two-piece. RB Slugger able to find a trade, potentially could pick up a weapon here in Circuit. Able to dink down Brim, so damage being done. They have lost a member. We'll see if Westell is able to pick up one of these weapons.
Ooh, Ducky on the good flank there. Guardian in hand. That's one headshot. And here's the second one. Just counting them up, leaving one player remaining. It's going to be the Gecko, who's currently inside of showers against 4 players with a classic upgrades to a Marshall. But is this upgrade actually going to be enough for RB Slugger? Let's see what this player can do. And Ducky continues the spree. 3 kills down on the flank and a decent bonus. Only one player falling.
Yeah, great flank by Ducky, and the Guardian, a great anti-eco weapon here as well. Kind of allows you to pressure forward into this next round where they have those full buys. You can still kind of compete with those Vandals at that long range, potentially maybe over at B. Or at the back of A here as well. But this is the important round for Westell. They're going to come into that full buy round with armor. KN Gaming will have to be stuck with that Spectre. But again, we have a bonus on the other side of things. So at least on paper, Westell should be able to capitalize. If Burris can take this one away, though, they should be able to put one more in the bank, go up 4-0.
Let's see it. Now, I like the fact that we're seeing a split this time. We're not all in hookah. We have Vandals in hands. Relics here trying to maybe find the opening, but I don't know if this race is actually spotting these players quite yet. Does spot him, swings and gets a body shot, but unfortunately it's not enough. Luckily, Ducky here with the Guardian will be able to get the trade off, and another one with the snake bites, cleaning up what that outlaw just wreaked havoc and actually has now bombed down, but the wall is down and they are going to try to go for the rotate. So already in this bonus round, a very solid start here for Burris.
Yeah, I thought they were going to go through the portal, but nobody committing just yet. Still hanging out just outside of Garden here as we see the Clove smoke goes down as well. Relaxed, looking to slowly but methodically make their way toward this A site. They still have to deal with the Viper who has been spotted. Ducky, who's going insane, finds the Quadra, looking for the ace, but Relaxed will collect on Willie. Steps into the crosshair. Beautiful placement from Relaxed, but Tickle on the long lurking flank is aware they're there and will be able to capitalize. Burris will take round number 3.
Wow, just so clean here. Burris winning out a bonus round means that they are on a just clean trajectory upward. And you talk about continuing that bonus. Master Melon here finally decides to drop the Marshall. Could have gone into that round with 7,000 credits and a light armor Marshall, but look at the buy coming out here from Westell. Hot Sauce, the last time we casted over some of these high school players, you saw a lot of staggered buys, constantly running out of economy, and it looks like this team's doing the same as we look at the Vise and the Sage. These Sentinels are spending all the money they got.
Yeah, I've said time and time again, I think if there's one huge change that a lot of these high schools can make, it would just simply be ecoing and buying together. So hopefully they're able to watch a VOD back and take a few notes there and make those adjustments going forward. But, you know, I think maybe just feeling some of that pressure, maybe a little inexperience as well, just wanting to gather those guns and look to get any round that they possibly can. But Tickle Falcon, again, this Burris squad just has beautiful crosshair placement.
Yeah, absolutely clean with it. And of course, now with it being a 4 against 5, still Burris, they're keeping that energy going, as you said it. But it's about these Sentinels. They've spent so much money on these rifles. I got to see what they can do with them. These are the quote-unquote hero guns for this team in this econ. So what is the plan? I'm noticing that the attack doesn't seem very confident in when they push. You know, they kind of just skirt around these corners, trying to maybe get some more info, maybe see if any utility is going to get burned. But Burris is not going to be falling for that. They're taking their time. They don't really get too aggro here unless they have the info for it. So everything that I'm seeing out of the Burris esports team is quite proper for the main Valorant strats.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, and I would like to see Westell peeking off of this Gecko flash here a little bit more. I feel like they're not using the utility as well as they could, but Willie absolutely hitting these banger of his shots from downtown here. Knows there's at least one more over there as well. So we can see Ducky and crew hanging outside of Hookah, looking to pressure in. There is one waiting patiently. 11 seconds on the clock. They'll find some big picks here, but is there enough time to get the spike down? It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, no time. They're now just walking into their doomsday, trying to make sure that they don't die with the save. But unfortunately, that was right after they lost the time. So Slugger is not going to be having the best kind of money. And now swinging on, trying to get the bomb in. A panic spray from KN Gaming is going to make it so that is a round that does eat into their money. Luckily, because it was KN who was still alive and Car Guy, they should be able to have a buy. So not too shabby. At the end of the day, though, the money, the ultimates, the gameplay is fully secured by Burris Esports.
Yeah, unfortunately for Westel, as you mentioned, they're able to come into a full buy, but you look at that economy now, and it's all but shambles there for them. So unless they win this round, they could find themselves in a bit of an economic bind yet again, and most likely will find themselves forcing up as Loki finding one. Relax will pop the ult, but again, has to chase him down. And because there's so much distance here, the paint shells, the Roomba can eat up this time, not allowing Clove to get close enough, and they should fall to the ult here as well.
Yeah, very unfortunate there from Relx, and that is going to be a pretty big fat finger as well. There goes the ultimate, which they could have used as an entrance point for a future round, but now they don't even have their smokes up besides this. No, that's it. That's their smokes for attack. Clove is gone. So without coverage against a double smoke comp, this is not going to be easy. The controllers are online, and this time it's the Gecko's online. The Slugger getting one, but the trade-off on the opposite side of the map. Slugger keeps it going.
And nice job by Slugger to pressure on with the wingman. They'll find the plant as well. We'll take a look at the mini-map and see Burris beginning to rotate around toward this A site. And again, look to make that retake together. As Chamber a little bit far back there, but working off the sky blind. They continue to pressure on. No intel from that blind as nearly all three have tucked in towards showers here.
Wow, all tucked into showers, but what's the plan? What's the game plan here? Ducky just walking on up, checking their angles proper, but can they spot out the Sage? It looks like they will. Bullets in the optimal position, and now it's just going to be one player remaining as the bomb is tapped and defused. Unfortunately, the Sage wall managing to save this team. Very unfortunate to plant there. What is this wall doing?
So the wall technically blocks off the spike when done right. They have to break the wall before they can get to the spike, but I think maybe just slightly misplaced there. And I'm not sure if they broke the wall or if it was because the spike was in the way, but yeah, just a little off center to where I think they wanted it. And then as well, unfortunately, not really playing together. So, waiting for that wall to be broken. They find that swings. They were caught early into the corner. Sage was taken out. There was some help there, and just down to one member made it really tough there for Westel.
Yeah, and Westel here now still being able to buy up. You do have, the Guardian and the Spectre as their light buys, but you talked about the sniping Frenchman. It's the Tour de Force, and it's now online. Relix is about to walk right on into it, but do they have the angle? And they do survive the body shot. It's not 2021 Chamber. It is going to not kill. So we do have a nice pick from behind. Tickle Falcon taking out the Sage. This is looking like a very staggered team. Look at that mini-map. Everybody here for Westel is all over the place.
Yeah, and I think if you're going to be that spread out, relax with a nice one on Loki, but I think if you're going to be that spread out, you have to be more patient. See if you can force the defense into maybe getting a little overzealous, pushing out, looking for a flank, and finding that early pick. That hasn't been the case for Westel, but they're still able to find the plant here at a minimum.
Yeah, but now look at this timing. Relix continuing the headshot spree, but look at that. Willie swinging on out with a beautiful TP. That's going to be the Tour de Force getting a new pick, and this time Willie will be rocking this op and might be able to find another pick from the high ground, but they need their team to go on in with it. It's the Seekers seeking him out and finding one, but it's going to be a big ultimate. The Thrash might be able to land on one, and there we go. Stuck outright. No. The timing. Ducky saves the round.
Yeah, Ducky coming up clutch here. Willie will be able to find he's going to go ahead and waste the Tour de Force maybe, looking for that extra all point, but time ticking away. And did he get back on it in time? That's the question.
No!
Oh, my. Wanting to get the extra all point, throwing the round away after they clutched it, and that is just a series of unfortunate events. Lemony Snickets might be lurking about.
Yeah, well, luckily for them, they are going to be able to, buy up, but that was an expensive round ultimate-wise. I mean, Willie popped his Tour de Force with an op in hand. A little bit questionable there. Instead of buying his team to try to fix their economy and just using the Tour de Force as the main sniper, he doubled down with double big guns, so that was questionable. But then also the defuse as well as the Seekers getting used meant that was a very pricey mistake here for this team.
Luckily for Burris, relax. A dirty shot. Anytime you hit it with a Marshall versus an op, you feel good, but the blind is in, and I don't even know if they realize, but Carnage does find it in the mix of things there, so they're going to be able to pressure toward this B site. We can see Viper making their way on into the smoke. The plant will go down here due to the wingman.
Yeah, great plant. Ducky knows exactly where the bomb is. Has the ultimate here, but look at this. Here comes the party. It is going to be a washed Rosa ult, but it does scare these players back into Garden, and that's the flank that needed to come through, but Slugger slugging him through, getting another pick up here, and now it's just the Rays getting this angle with a beautiful nade, but the shots are still fired, and they grouped up for it, and the nade almost does 2 kills post-mortem.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a double from those paint shells, but Ray's able to secure that three-piece nonetheless. And, you know, Burris had a minor mistake that has led to 2 rounds to West Dell, but they are an incredibly young team. 3 freshmen and 2 sophomore on this Burris squad versus 2 seniors and 3 juniors on the other side of things. So Burris still having a lot of room for growth, but already showing that they're a team to be reckoned with. 4-0 currently here in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, shout outs to the freshmen here, especially Ducky. If you look at that player, some clean stuff coming in from a, first year, and, you still got 3 more to really showcase yourself, especially as nowadays people are scouting these kind of events for their next best in gaming. Ducky, the freshman, just getting a beautiful time shot onto the arena.
Absolutely nutty. And we say, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, Willie's going to get involved as well, but their crosshair placement is almost flawless here. Time and time again, Relax showing they got some of that of their own here, finding the shot through the wall, able to collect on Willie, still at a player disadvantage, but they do have 3 ults on deck and ready to flex.
So what's the plan now? What's the way for them to turn this around? Looks like a res onto the Reyna can open this up. And will Ducky have a repeat of this with the Sheriff in hand? We do have the angle here, but no. Master is gone, and the timing. Oh, Circuit's right behind you, but can Ducky stop it? No. The Reyna Empress is too good. Just getting outside of that invisibility and punishing. Now it's 2v4 with a chance for this team to really start a comeback in the second half. You do have Tickle Falcon almost getting a pick, but an ultimate like this can seal the deal. They just use it, but no, they hesitate, and instead they go for the aim, and it gets 1. But is that worth it? The answer is no. Relx, God, this Clove knows how to hit these shots.
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, right? We flash back to round 6 that Burris should have won, and they mess up the defusal, and with that, things get thrown into a mix, and now all of a sudden we see this life breathed into West Dow. They answer back with 3 rounds in a row and look to work on building this momentum. Carnage, however, needs to make sure they buy some armor here.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we need to see right here is some ultimates getting used by the Vise. We've been having them anchor onto this for a little bit, so I want to see some more of those. Obviously, Relxed, this Clove, now tied for second top frag here, but we do have a little bit of a tech pause as one player did disconnect. If you look at the pings there, I believe that most of these players will be playing at their school's respective esports little LAN area that they do set up. So yeah, 15 ping across the board for both of these teams. So honestly, not too shabby, but let me ask you this, Hot Sauce. With this team making a comeback here for West Dell, off the back of this Clove, will we be seeing them continue this, or will this little bit of a crash reset kind of fix things here? Because I think Carnage here is the one who disconnected.
Yeah, I think that's tough, right? Because momentum is certainly a game, or certainly a factor in Valorant. We see teams go on these 3 or 4 round runs like we are here. So right now, the momentum appeared to be in West Dell's favor. So does this slow him down a little bit? Hopefully it doesn't. I'd like to see him fight all the way back into this. Of course, we love as competitive as we can get here. But yeah, it's one of those things that certainly can affect a team, but hopefully it doesn't.
Yeah, so momentum-wise, obviously in high school events as well, one thing that we don't get to see a lot of that should be utilized in a best of 1 are those timeouts. When you only have 1 game to make it count, you have to really showcase yourself, and maybe also as an IGL or as a team captain, recognize when your team needs a quick mental reset after a few rounds of buying up, or maybe even just if you need to talk game plan, game strategy. And I'm hoping that we're going to be seeing something of the sort soon, because if we look over at Burris, they've lost quite a few rounds in a row. 3 rounds in a row is not ideal, but now's the round where they did have that money. And also, Hot Sauce, remember, this lead or recovery came back thanks to a misplay with a bomb defusal. Just one mistake, and it leads to a 5-3 instead of an 8-0.
Yeah, that's why every moment matters. But, thinking Speaking of things that matter, let me take a quick moment to shout out LandFest here as well. We want to thank LandFest for always building healthy communities through gaming with over 23 different chapters across 18 states. There's over 150 events a year. So we hope that you guys will go to landfest.com, check it out, and find an event near you.
And here we go. Now, with this event pushing us forward, it's Relxt again leading the charge with that ultimate. You do have Tickle Falcon smoking up and setting up for their team, but this is an anchoring point. You have a Viper already deciding to rotate, trying to find that lurking Reyna, but Tickle spots him, knows that this is going to be an A push. Are we going to see any rotates quite yet? No. Well, the only one is that Crossfire starting to build as the Viper now. Back and forth, kind of getting baited out by Circuit here. And again, it is about that A push. So if Circuit can find the opening for their team, hold these players here, the A side's going to be kind of SOL. But wait, an ultimate like this? No, knows that it's going to be played. I'm liking that they're saving that, but Willie with the shot takes out the hookah player, and the rotate might not be for much here.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Viper go back toward the A. Now they're heading back toward B. Kind of, I mean, Westell doing a good job of keeping them guessing, but unfortunately, Willie on the other side finds the first one. Relax will get one here as well to find the equalizer. They still have to deal with a couple ults. That Brim, of course, could push them off the plant here as well, as we do see the wingman go down. The ult will come in. Can Slugger get it off in time? Tickle, Carnage, Master Melon, all getting involved in the action, and the plant not able to go down.
Now it's one player left, and what a nice aerial acrobatic play from the Raze to end off that recovery. That's the kind of play we want to see from the duelist. And honestly, Relx there could have done so much if he just had gotten that pick or had gotten picked earlier. You know, he's the last player standing with that Clove ultimate, so he's not going to be able to succeed in, you know, actually being able to come back, as last players can't hold it down.
Yeah, it's just it's a tough position to be in. Fortunately for Burris, I mean, they were at the risk of losing 4 in a row, so they're able to kind of slow things down a bit. We talked about Westell's momentum picking up in their favor, and now you got to wonder if that long extended pause did actually affect the momentum that they were beginning to carry.
Ooh, shots, and a pick like that, cleaning it up, and no, still fighting and still getting away with it. Tickle Falcon, Tickle in the corner there, and getting 2 headshots, allowing Willie to push up and get another, and another, and another, and probably a 4th here.
Oh,
and
no.
another.
Yeah, the spray through the smoke, not quite good. Tickle on the other side says, hey, let me get a piece of the action here as well. So after we see Burris stumble a little bit off the back of their mistake, they've taken a deep breath. They've been able to kind of recollect here and now power forward with 2 rounds in a row. So now it's up to Westell to answer back, but you take a look at the economy in the buy, and once again, it's just not collectively together here.
So if it's not collectively together, what's the real plan? Because this is second to last round. So they are going for a light buy. You know, their money-wise, this is a buy for next. Obviously, it's not the same guns, but it should work. And oh, no, this is going to be death to Sage. Just completely eviscerated there. Now, Loki just pushing in and getting another pick. And the 180 is going to be punished here. But there it is, a new pick down. These attackers have managed to make this work thanks to the over-aggression from the defense. And now they do have the opportunity to rotate or just commit to this garden play.
Yeah, they have a 3v1 opportunity here, but we do see Brim through that spawn beginning to rotate around toward the B site. The smoke will come in as well, which should let them know that Brim is now close. So I think, you know, it might not be a bad idea to look to rotate here.
See this now. Ducky wanting to find an opening here, maybe a way for them to break in. Instead, opting to use the Viper pit right before Thrash ult. And he's joking him. No, he goes back. And then oh, no way. 2 ultimates used up. They're walking out with 1 HP and he kills himself. No! The Viper ultimate decay plus his own util. And now Ducky lives. And it's now a 1v2 in the odds favor defense.
30 seconds left.
You know, it's moments like that that also make me love that. You know, it's rough if you're on that side of things, but it's crazy, you know, when things start transpiring and things, chaos is erupting everywhere. It kind of sets some of these great players apart, where you got to look to stay cool, calm, and collective and keep your mind on the objective. But unfortunately, I think Slugger feeling a bit of that pressure, trying to chase, and just getting taken out by himself there. So we've seen some mistakes on both sides of things, but fortunately for Burris, they've been able to lock it down for the majority of the time. Now 3 rounds in a row again to answer back.
Wow, 3 rounds in a row and beautifully played here by this team, Burris. But the comeback was electric thanks to Relxt from the side of Westdell. But looking at this, Loki still getting aggro. This time punished for it. Relxt living up to the hype we give him. But same with the freshman Ducky. Another pick up here and 2 are down. Can we see more with the spike in their control? And no, it looks like they will finally be shut down. Circuit GM wanting to get online, but the Empress is going to be the main thing to slow down the defense.
Yeah, the Duck showing us he needs no luck. All skill, the real deal. Master Melon able to click the head here and get the bread as well off of Circuit. Now in a 2v2 situation as Slugger begins to slowly make their way through Lamps. I do believe they heard the footsteps, but the crosshair placement a little to the left there of that doorway, and Master Melon able to capitalize. Meanwhile, Clove on that long rotation should be able to get the spike down.
Well, should be able to keep this going, but at the end of the day, a 1v2, it could be Relks to be the player to clutch it. Doesn't actually commit the bomb plant, though. Just tapping it to bait these players to swing, and it works in the bait, but they still need to get the bomb plant. But who cares about plants if you just plant 6 people down, 6 feet, and there it is, a triple kill, headshot only, make it 4K in total for Relks to keep them in the game.
Switching sides.
Yeah, you know, a great job to bring that one back, especially right before halftime. We talk about how momentums can shift in a heartbeat in this game. So hopefully Westdell is able to carry that momentum forward here into the second half and breed some success.
Yeah, and breathing some success is something you guys can do if you breathe in the next area of graphics cards, thanks to our big sponsor Zotac. We want to give a huge shout out to Zotac Gaming for their for powering today's stream. Thanks to their incredible support, we're able to bring this broadcast to all of you and helping to showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic esports like Ducky, like these players. But let's also show our appreciation by going onto our social medias and using the hashtag powered by Zotac or hashtag ZotacUSA if you post about it. And if you're listening to us on Twitch, do !Zotac for more info.
Absolutely love it. We appreciate the sponsors here making all of this available today. Obviously giving these students an opportunity to showcase all of their skills. And Circuit from heaven trying to do that just now as shots ringing through the smoke. No real damage done just yet. Spotted, but Routes finds one. Ducky quick to get the trade back. Loki will find one as well on the back of the site. They had no idea. And that is why it's fun to watch those quick raises in action. Taps to the head. Slugger will go home, and it's all down to the Sage.
Wow. All down to the Sage, and KN Gaming walking into Loki, and Loki's just gonna keep up that onslaught. 4K down, 9-4 score, and attackers will be taking the lead here for Burris Esports. And if you are Westdell Varsity, you have to take a deep breath. Do you opt in for a full save and try to win 6 rounds in a row to tie, or do you go for the force?
You know, it's tough, but I feel like realistically, if you want to give yourself the best chance, you do need to save. Hope to have a heck of an eco round. Maybe find a kill or 2, pick up a weapon, and see if that can bring some more success. I think if you buy here, you kind of set yourself up for a tougher time later, and especially if you only have 1 member buy. So we do see the Sage sell right at the end, at least.
Here we go. There's Loki starting again with that explosive launch. This time a Bucky in their hand, right in front of Slugger. And will get Slugger with a slug, taking him down with that shotgun. Unfortunate. And the bomb now planted. This could be a real setback here for the defense if we get more picks like this for free, especially on the top frag.
Yeah, Willie able to find one as well. Circuit waiting patiently. Has to go up against the shotty to the body from Loki, and it's the 12 gauge to the rib cage that puts him down. Willie will find one as well. It's all down to the Sage yet again, but Tickle on the stinger. And it's Sage who does get stung. 10-4, and Burris looking for more. Just a couple away from match point.
Couple away, and a buy will come out. And unfortunately, KN Gaming not going to be able to buy with their team here. Does opt for the Spectre. Not the best look towards this buy, but when you do have Relks with this Vandal, when you have Circuit and Slugger being able to hit some of their shots, as well as Carnage coming close, these rifles will be just enough to maybe set back a Bucky Guardian using team.
Smoke's down.
Yeah, if Sage can maybe play a closer angle with that Spectre again, could have some success. I like the fact that they're stacking toward the A site here now that they've continued to pressure in. Raze again with a blast pack over the back, but this time Slugger waiting patiently will extinguish the flame that has been Loki. Carnage lurking on the other side of the smoke. They can hear the plant go down. The spray comes in, and Willie able to find one as well. And we're back to a 4v4, but not for long as Circuit will find one as well.
Wow. Great rotate coming around with Bomb fully controlled here from the defense. But Ducky, the Guardian, it still does its job, taking out that Reyna. Makes this a 3v3, but Ducky is low. Oh, wait, look at Relx on that flank. Look at this timing. The wall is dropping. Willie is popping, and there we go. Willie popped instead, thanks to Carnage, but the flank is online, and Relx will punish one more to stay alive. It's just tickled, and he can't do a thing against this full buy.
Yeah, you know, a great job, honestly, by Westell is not only finding that buy, but putting a 4-stack onto that A site as well, as the pressure had continued to rain down over there. We saw that nice flank coming in from Relxt as well, 21 and 14. But if you look at the other side of things for Burris, everybody in double digits, 17 through 10, the whole team playing very well together, much like a cohesive unit. And I think that has been also one of the big difference makers, other than the fact that we haven't seen Westell have as many collective buys together as a team.
Yeah, now with this collective buy, hopefully we can see some way for them to bounce back. But again, Burris has rifles. That was last round was a bonus. You know, on paper, that's the most likely round to lose. It's why people set up for success, or actually set up for failure, because they know they have success in the next following round. But KN Gaming standing here with their wall up could get jumped on if they're not fast enough on the reaction time.
Yeah, it's always tough. You don't want to get caught with utility in hand. Working with that default crosshair as we see Raze go blasting by. I don't think they saw him at first, but KN able to find one. Willie quick to get the trade. There is one lingering at the back of sight here as well. The spike down currently at B. And on that mini-map, we can see that rotation coming into play.
And here's Relx now pushing up slowly but surely. This is the player that really has their team on their shoulders, needing to get carried through this. And of course, Ducky's going to keep up their end of the bargain, getting a pick like that. But, oh, Slugger, the swing, not going to be too successful. But this mosh pit could get him out. Relx on the opposite end over here in lane. Might be able to find some opening. But, again, the bomb, it is just so planted. The time's ticking down, and that's going to be 2 players falling. 1 player left, and they're gone as well. Attackers can't do much here, Hot Sauce. And now, 5-11 score. Burris Esports, they just need 2, and they have everything pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, just 1 away from match point, and unfortunately for the Westell side of things, we see that, again, they are dealing with these economic troubles. The Bulldog, which is a weapon I love and I think is highly underrated, but, you know, when going up against a set of Phantoms and Vandals, it's certainly a little bit tougher of a job. So we see maybe some Bulldogs, some Spectres, Stingers, a Sheriff, you know, a little bit of everything coming out here to play in this round.
I like the fact that we're seeing Relx trying to hold these very tight angles, not really getting baited too much to swing outside of trying to get info. Because if you play the Stinger at range, it has insane TTK. I mean, you can't one-tap with it, but it sure feels like it if you do get the jump or surprise someone in this off angle. And here's an example of that. Easy pickings there. That's going to be an upgraded weapon, but unfortunately, you might have gotten a Vandal, but now you have to get an entire B site.
Yeah, I think, you know, Burris, after having all that success over at A, doing a good job of baiting Westell over in that direction. So they find a good plant. Westell has the player advantage here for this retake. They need to certainly utilize it together, but Loki on the other side of the smoke with some paint shells. Gonna hear the one go on by, and a nice easy job will toss the shells down, and 3 picks here in succession for Burris. They're looking to go to match point.
Ooh, but they're getting shut down by 1 Sheriff, and now Bulldog in hand. We might be able to find an upgrade. But wait, they switched, they ulted, they don't have, they want to have ammo anyways, and they just trickle on out. A big misplay there, losing the ultimate, and unfortunately losing the round. It's guarantee forces from here, Hot Sauce.
Yeah, you know, it's tough because even though the scoreline is 12-5, it doesn't quite do it justice. We've seen so many moments of greatness from Westell where a couple of the rounds probably could have gone either way, but unfortunately for them, things not just kind of, the stars just not really aligning for them, and Burris has been playing lights out from everything from the rotations to the basic fundamentals to crosshair placement. They seem to just be clicking. So right now things going their way. Relx 22-16 though, looking to put the team on his back. He's going to have to do it for a few more rounds.
Here we go. Ooh, you want to play? Let's play. Phew, that's a big play, getting that player picked off. And again, we are seeing the tour de force used with Willie not having the best of buys. But where are you going? That's going to be a big punishment there. But are they going to be able to get out in time? Oh, they might. Oh, the 180, but Willie just runs him down. That's 3 kills already. With now 3 players remaining, a potential 6K gets shut down by Ducky, getting a pick on a Carnage. With only 2 players remaining, this could be GG.
Yeah, it's looking pretty tough as Ducky is just insane. Finds the triple kill of his own to wrap it up 13-5. Your final score is Burris Esports will remain undefeated thus far through 5 games in week 5.
Wow, 5-game, week 5, 5-0 for Burris, as you said it. But also, looking at these stats, you can see great gameplay here from everybody. Obviously, you had Relkst and Ducky, right now at the bottom, technically at the top, with 22-7 for Ducky, 22-18 for Relkst. Definitely an amazing playstyle from our match MVP, but not team winning player Relkst. So West-Del Varsity, I can say they definitely have somebody on that team with a very clean head on their shoulders, getting that many kills. 5 first bloods like that showcases what this Clove can do. I'd love to see that player on a duelist sometime, just to see how much they can pop off.
Yeah, that's actually exactly what I was going to say. I mean, we had Relkst with 5 first bloods, Willie with 4. So it's not that often that we're seeing these Cloves or these chambers with those first bloods, or the majority of them. But it just goes to show you how much talent is littered across even these high school leagues as well. And again, hats off to Burris on their win today. But at a minimum, it was just great to see the kids out there having a lot of fun today.
Oh, yeah. And of course, the kids are having fun. Hopefully, the faculty behind them, the parents that are rooting for their kids, are also having some fun. Remember, this is in a just new scene. Esports for academics is something very new, so seeing these kind of players come up and out of it, I mean, listen, I might be a washed immortal player. I'm afraid of players like Ducky and Relkst based on how they played today. So seeing how they're going to be able to bounce back in here, and maybe I can start seeing them over at the tier 2 side of esports. Maybe once they graduate, we could see some colleges scout them out. So if you are watching, thanks again for sticking around with us, and also thanks to the faculty for helping put on these events for these kids. And of course, thank you to the students themselves for absolutely popping off and showcasing why their skills matter and what they can do to represent not only their school, but the entirety of Indiana. So shout outs to everybody here.
Yeah, I mean, and Burris is going to be a dangerous team. They're a very young team with 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores, so they're only going to continue to get better as time goes on. Unfortunately, that is going to be all for us here today. We would like to take a moment to thank everybody behind the scenes here, though, from Ben to Jaden to Taylor, for helping run the stream so smoothly. Of course, we appreciate each and every one of you at home, the teachers, the students, the parents, and friends, for showing up, showing out, showing that support and love in chat. So we certainly appreciate everybody being here. We hope to see you back here next time. I'm Hot Sauce. That's Edu. You guys have been awesome. Take care. Have a wonderful evening.